viewers, hope you are doing well. Have you ever wondered how come weekdays go so slowly while weekends zoom so fast? Well, I have yet to figure this out myself, but before we delve deeper into this, we have some more time to make the most of this weekend together. So let's make it the best. Literature and butterflies are the two sweetest passions known to man. But do butterflies survive here in the UAE? How many different kinds have you noticed? Well, we happened to meet Binish Roobas at the Emirates Airlines Festival of Literature, who took us through his recent work on UAE butterflies. Listen to him as he tells us about his book Butterflies of the UAE, co-authored by Gary Fuellner and Oscar Campbell. Hello Binish, welcome to Zee Connect.
Thank you.
Well, Binish, it's very interesting for me to be talking to you today because I've met many authors here at the Literature Festival, but I'm meeting a naturalist guide for the very first time. So if it's interesting for me, I'm sure it's very interesting for you to be a naturalist guide.
Yes.
Tell me, what is the best part of it?
The best part of it, we are the people who brings up a lot of information to the science. We go to the field and we see a lot of things, spend a lot of time and see a lot of things and it collects a lot of information. Then we bring it and we give to the science, actually, to the scientist, to the person who works in the labs. So being a naturalist is very important in the field here.
Spend a lot of time and you explore and write
Yes.
about rare species.
Yes.
What is the best part about that?
Very exciting, actually. And finding a lot of information from him, his life cycle, how it behaves. They feel like, oh, how this is how they behave, how is their things, this is how they do.
Yeah.
Which makes us more happy, actually. Yeah, that's more happiness.
Well, Binish, you've been credited with adding to three butterflies to
Yes.
the UAE butterfly list.
True.
Yeah?
The last 3 ones, yeah.
Tell me more about it.
We keep looking for species. Generally, we had like 53 to 54 species. In the different habitat, you see a different type of movement. So there are 2 species which looks closely to the previous existing species here. So it is a tricky part. So when you are looking at 2 species and the flight of a butterfly, it differs from the previous one, then you have a doubt. Either it's a personality or it's a different species. Then you look at the plants which they deal with. The plants differs, the activity differs, then you understand it's a new species. So adding new species is it's very interesting also, it's exciting also, plus it's new information for the science. And for UAE fauna, you don't have much people looking for the species here. So it's very important actually to add more species. So when I found the last species, it was actually flying in between several other species. So you cannot just overlook. You think, okay, this orange one I know, so I don't have to look. No, you don't. You have to look every orange species coming in front of you and make sure that it's all are same or something is different.
Yeah.
So the last species was like a shock. How do this butterfly mingle with a group of butterflies and hide? And it was never found in all Arabia so far, so it was like a shock for me.
But tell me, then this must be taking a lot of time for
Yes.
you to exactly observe and to know whether it's a new species. And
Yes.
like you're saying, sometimes they may look exactly the same like a previous one,
Yes.
but their habits, their
Changes.
personalities, things would be different, and then you can finally, conclude that this
Yes.
is a new species. How much time really it takes for you to conclude that?
It takes a lot of years actually. It's a lot of experience. So when you are traveling different countries, you see the species changes. Like if you are in India, there's a lot of similar species comes under one family. So when you learn about the tiny differences, the minute differences, then you keep automatically in your brain. I mean, if you're interested, it sticks in your brain.
Yeah.
Then when you reach another country and you see some differences, you understand that this is a key which shows that this is a different species.
Yeah.
So it's all experience, and if you are interested in species, butterflies, birds, whatever, you don't have to sit down and learn a lot. It automatically comes in your brain and you know the difference when you are in the field.
Yeah.
But you can't just without a homework. Means you have to identify the species, you have to know the differences, then you have to go home, sit down and read about the one was written by previous authors, previous people, the great people.
Yes.
Then find the key differences and make sure it's the same one, matches the pictures.
Yeah.
Then you can publish it.
Which is the most interesting species that you have researched on till date?
Here in UAE, there's a lot of species actually. If you ask me specifically, there is a species which came only for for some time in UAE and we didn't see it again. Then I have to spend like 3 months to study the
Waiting
full
for
life
it.
cycle, because it comes and sometimes the male is somewhere, female is somewhere, and you have to carry the camera, and the time male and female comes together, they dance together, they identify each other, and they fly around, and they are fast, so you have to follow them. Then later you have to wait for the female to lay egg, then you have to wait for maybe weeks. They do the same day, but you don't get the picture same day.
Wow.
Then you have to wait for another opportunity. Then the eggs come out in 3 days, then you should be there.
Yeah.
Then they take like 4 skin changing, like it's called molting. So you can see that, so you have to be there. Then it hides. When it becomes a big caterpillar, it hides to become a pupa. Then you have to find the pupa because they're camouflaged. It doesn't happen in front of you. Then you have to wait 15 days for it to emerge. It depends on the temperature, so climate. Then it emerges and you have to be there to see the emergence. Then you will see as an adult it's flying around. So it takes several months and patience. Patience is very important.
Yeah. In fact, you must also be needing patience to click the photos.
Yes.
Because I see in this book also there are plenty of photos that you've taken, and maybe of one particular species, different angles. And they look beautiful. And you're saying that you actually click way more than...
Yes. I may have more than this one. So you cannot include all the photos.
You cannot include.
You cannot include. So every trip you go out, you always learn something new.
Yeah.
And you always keep on clicking and different angles, different options. And we have to publish those pictures which helps others to identify it.
Yeah. So do you always have somebody with you who's clicking these pictures, or you are clicking them most of the time?
I go with the first order. You can see Gary Fuller is first order. So we both actually go together.
Okay.
So it's also help if you have a different partner. There are 2 reasons. One is you have more eyes to see things.
Yes.
Second, you start asking questions. What it was doing, why it was doing.
Yes. Yes.
So we always talk a lot in the field, and we ask questions to each other, and we find answers. So when you're alone, you may just click and go home. Then you ask questions yourself. That's too late.
Yeah.
Then you cannot do the same thing again.
You were also talking about spiders a while back. So you've done that.
I have done a website on spiders here. Me and Gary has done 2 articles on spiders of UAE. Spiders are much difficult.
More difficult?
Most difficult. The reason is...
So you've never been scared of spiders?
No, you can't be scared of these things.
I cannot become a naturalist then, because I'm very scared of spiders.
Yeah, naturalist actually is a person who go in the field and see what they're doing without disturbing them. So if you have a general interest in wildlife, when you go and you see they are not harming you or doing anything, they're just doing their business, you automatically start loving them.
Yeah, true.
It's the first step.
Your opinion may change and your fear may go away.
Yeah, go away slowly.
Yeah.
Actually, they are not bothered about us. We are bothering them.
That is true.
That's
yes,
true, yeah.
Yes, we are disturbing nature.
Spiders do a vital part in ecology, actually, in the ecosystem. They capture a lot of flies which bothers us, comes in the house. If they are there, they catches all these flies.
Right.
Even they catch butterflies also, because if butterfly population is a lot in a specific area, the population has to come down.
So they help to balance the ecosystem.
To balance ecosystem. That's the right word.
Right.
So everybody has their part.
Perfect. Is there any piece of advice you would like to give out to people who want to follow in your footsteps?
Yes. The first thing I tell anybody who comes to learn about wildlife, I said, do not touch them, first thing.
Yeah.
Butterflies are delicate, it's nice, don't touch them, first thing. Second thing is that, you have to do homework, means you see a species, oh, I know the species, don't leave it like that. Observe the species, go home and read, and note informations, which is very important, most of the people don't do.
Correct.
People take pictures, post somewhere, and wait for the likes only. So if you can do that part of homework, then you can do a lot of more interesting stuff. You can do small articles. Not everybody will see everything.
Yes.
So maybe you are the person who is seeing that thing and the other person is not seeing. So note down the information and make something out of it. Yeah. And that helps to conserve and protect the species. Yeah. Which is very important.
True. Great, Binish. It's been lovely talking to you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Meanwhile, you think about how many butterflies you have spotted here in the UAE while we take a short break. See you in a bit with lots more. Welcome back. She has uplifted the fashion quotient in the Indian market with her bold and quirky creations. Her fun and colorful prints are her style signature.
Well, by now you know who I am talking about, right? We got a chance to meet up with the popular designer Masaba Gupta as she was in Dubai to launch her new collection, and she gave us a glimpse of her life and work. Masaba, welcome to Dubai and welcome to Zee Connect.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. Thank you.
It's so good to have you here, and this time it's for a very huge reason.
Yes.
We'll get to that, but before that I want to take you a little back because your collection, your brand House of Masaba has been doing so well. It's so successful, and it's been successful for over a decade now. Tell me, I'll take you back a little. Tell me your thoughts, your inspiration behind starting this venture.
You know, when I started off, I don't think I ever gave it thought that it would become such a retail sort of giant, and I didn't think of it as something that I would ever do in such a large scale. But I think things that are meant to happen just kind of happen in their own way. And I mean, what started off as a boutique brand with me and my mum has now become, you know, a brand that has a footprint worldwide.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes the best things happen when you don't really push too hard, you know. Of course, after year 5, I really pushed and tried to make things happen for myself and created opportunity. But I think other than that, it just happened very organically. So in my head, it was just that I found that there was a gap in the Indian wear market for just relaxed, easy resort wear or relaxed, easy occasion wear. And I just filled that gap, and the rest just followed.
You actually filled a gap because your collection is not just bold and out of the box, but it's also comfortable, as you said, and relaxed and easy and inclusive. How do you manage to do that?
You know, I think that I design for people like myself, and I'm a big creature of comfort. I think comfort is luxury, and I think that in order to be yourself, you need to be comfortable in what you're wearing and comfortable in your skin, right? So I just think that it's never been a hard thing to do. In fact, what's harder for me is to design complicated things, you know. So I like uncomplicated silhouettes. I like things that people can wear day in, day out, and that they can just be themselves in.
Coming to your big launch of the Resort Collection 2022, what is it all about?
Well, it's called Sanctuary, and it means many things, but we call it Sanctuary because it's very heavily inspired by flora, fauna, just nature, plants, birds, bees, everything that's around us in the universe. And apart from that, is also heavily inspired by Manjeet Bava, the artist's paintings. So while the colors and the tones, the rendering is very inspired by his work, the motifs are very, very, you know, borrowed from nature, because I think what's happened is that in the last 2 years, we've spent so much time indoors that I think when we're going outdoors now, we're really picking up everything. You know, our sights and sounds and smell has become so much stronger.
Yeah.
So I think that happened with me too. When I was thinking of this collection, I said I wanted to be very outdoorsy and inspired by nature. And you'll see everything that can take you from the beach to the bed. There's kaftans, there's skirts, there's shirts, there's dresses. It's very, very fun. And in my head, it's actually an escape. It's a getaway, the collection.
I'm already imagining the collection, and knowing you and your collection, you know it's going to be something extraordinary.
Thank you so much.
So tell me, we've always seen Ina ji spotting your creations, and she carries everything with so much grace. Any other Bollywood or international diva whom you love in your creations, or anyone you'd like to see in your creations?
I think Rani Mukherjee does an amazing job of wearing my saris. Very recently she wore something and we were all blown away. I think she's the OG when it comes to style. Apart from that, I think Sonam Kapoor Ahuja wears my clothes really well, because I think she's a clothes horse. So if you put Indian wear on her or Western wear, she just carries it off beautifully. And but the one person I would like to see a lot more in my work, I think, is Aishwarya Rai Bachchan, I think. Because I think she's evergreen.
Yeah,
so,
she is.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, tell me, we've heard that you love to act. You always wanted to act since a very young age, and you did that in Masaba as well. So of course, Neena ji was always your inspiration when it came to a career in acting.
Yeah. No, I think, you know what happens is when you see your parents do something, you always want to do it, but then later you discover maybe it's not for me. But in my case, it was the opposite. I've seen her do it for so many years, and I did it so many years later.
Yeah.
And I just think that for me, because my design life, my life as an entrepreneur is really charged and it's very high speed, and I don't really get the time to take a step back and breathe. I feel like acting allows me to do that. When I'm on a set, I am my calmest. I find it really meditative. I find it therapeutic. I find that it relaxes me to a level that I enjoy it so much, and it actually helps me become a better designer in some shape or form. But yeah, I wanted to do it on my own terms, you know, to be honest. I didn't want to just act because I'm enamored by the glamour of it. I actually enjoy the art of acting.
And is mom a critic when it comes to acting? Does she give you feedback?
Oh my God, are you joking? She is a huge critic, but she's also a huge supporter when it comes to it. So if she feels like if you've done something good, she will applaud you. But if she feels like you could have done a better job at something, she'll make sure that she tells you. Yeah.
So we've seen that you eat healthy, you do your workouts, courtesy your Insta posts. We don't know what's going on behind it.
Yeah.
So what I really want to know is, on a holiday, are you like very strict about your fitness routines, or do you just...
Not at all. Forget about a holiday. Even if I'm traveling for work, I get on a flight and my brain just switches off, and the first thing I have to eat is something like flaky, sugary, comfort, or just fried food. It's just like fries and a burger is my first thought when I get on a flight, no matter where I'm going. I could be going to Delhi, but that's what happens. You know, I think that I like the balance. Yeah, if you see my page as well, you'll see that I enjoy my chocolate croissant as much as I enjoy my doodhi and my gajar soup. But I like to keep the balance. I think that in the balance of food is really where you find the balance of life.
Okay, good. So tell me, before I leave you, I want to know, what is that one wardrobe staple that women can always count on?
A really crisp white shirt, like a really nice white shirt. You can never go wrong.
You can never go wrong, and you can actually style it
in so many
different ways.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's actually a good one. Okay, awesome. Lovely talking to you, Masaba. Can't wait for your new collection to be out.
Thank you.
And can't wait for season 2 of Masaba as well.
Soon, very, very, very soon. Yes.
Thank you so much for talking to us, Masaba.
Thank you.
We met up with a young music prodigy at a concert in Dubai recently, but we are going to give you more details about him after this short break. Stay with us. Welcome back. It is only on Zee Connect that you get to meet people whose talent count bigger than their age. Our guest tonight took the internet by storm with his charismatic singing skills and won the hearts of his audiences at TunesDXB concert at La Mer. I am talking about the very young and very talented Peter Rosalita. Do hear him out. Peter, welcome. Welcome to Zee Connect.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
We're so happy to have you, and you're here to perform at La Mer, which is great, at Tunes Dubai. How excited are you?
Super excited.
Yeah?
I'm happy to sing again to the whole world from Dubai.
That's amazing. Tell me, you are so young. I really want to know, which age did you start singing?
At the age of 6.
6? That's too young. How did it come to you that you want to be a singer?
When I was 6, I saw a competition in my school, so I asked my parents if I can join that competition. They said okay. But at first, my pronunciation was not correct, so at constant practice, I was able to speak correctly the words, and I was able to get 3rd runner-up in our school.
That's wonderful. From a school competition, you went on to a reality TV show and you received so much love, right?
Yes.
Did that change your life?
Yes, I feel happy.
Yeah? I'm sure there's, as I said, there was so much love that you got. Celine Dion posted your video on Twitter. Simon had such positive feedback about your performance. What did that make you feel?
I was having goosebumps.
Yeah?
I was like surprised.
Yeah? Did you expect to get there at some point?
No.
No? But you work hard. Tell me, do you want to make music your career going forward? You want to be a musician, a singer in life, or is there anything else you want to be?
I want to be a singer and also an engineer.
An engineer? You have interest in engineering. How
Yeah.
come?
Because it's fun to build. And I also
Okay.
love programming.
You love programming as well. Wow, you are very talented and you have big dreams. Tell me, in terms of music, do you have any inspiration or a role model that you look up to?
I'm Celine Dion.
Yeah?
Yes.
Well, she has lots of good things to say about you as well. Wonderful. Tell me, you dress up so nicely. I'm in
Thank
love
you.
with the color that you're wearing today. Who styles you?
My family.
Yeah?
Yes.
Who in your family styles you?
The whole family.
The whole family? So what if they can't decide on a color?
They just pick something nice.
Yeah? But do you have a favorite color?
Blue.
Blue.
Yes.
Okay. But I'm sure you look nice in every color that you wear. Even today, the purple is suiting you so much.
Thank you.
Tell me, Peter, are there any words you want to share with young kids who are out there who want to grow like you, who want to make a professional career in music?
If you want to achieve your goals, never give up and do constant practice, and one day you might achieve your goals and dreams.
Yes, never give up. That's a wonderful advice. Thank you so much, Peter. Will you sing a few lines for us?
Ben, the two of us need look no more. We both found what we were looking for. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Peter, for joining us. Wish you all the very best for the concert and wish you all the very best in life.
Thank you.
Good things come in small packages and Peter has proved that right. Well, with that, it's time for me to take your leave, but I am going to join you next week, Sunday, on your favorite show, Zee Connect at 8 p.m. sharp. Until then, take good care of yourselves and do not forget to follow us on our social media handles. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.